Over the years, I have shown all of you a number of different devices, from like the super budget friendly to intermediate to some pretty expensive stuff. I've never brought anything to you in the past that I consider to be luxury. Well, that is until today. See, the team over at Autofull have just sent us one of their new gaming chairs, and looking at it, the one thing that I gotta say is, man, this thing looks like a luxury gaming chair, and something I don't know normally that without seeing something like this I would invest in. But there's so much cool stuff that goes into this, from, you know, the leather type design on it, the cooling, the wheels. There's so much more. Let's go ahead, we're going to show you how it goes together. We're going to show you the quality and the materials and everything that goes into it, and see, is it worth what they're charging for it. Let's get started. So as we go through and get everything unboxed here are some of the features of the M6 Gaming Chair Pro. And that is the fact, first and foremost, their ergonomic design that they've gone into this, some of the comfort features too, and the enhanced functionality. One of the cool things for a bigger guy like me, it's got a ventilated and a heated seat. It's one of those, it's kind of chilly down here, especially during the winter in my game room. Having that heated seat is gonna be awesome. It also features dynamic tracking lumbar support. You know, back support is super important. The older I get, the more back problems I kind of run into. And the cool thing about this is it can adjust to your movements as you go ahead and sit and play different games in it. It also has 6D mechanical armrests for maximum comfort and support. That's one of the things that I really like on a gaming chair, is being able to position the armrests in such a way and even fiddle around with them as I'm sitting in the chair. Step one is you take the center hub here and you put different components into the center hub. So we're going to start off with that. I think that's what these guys are. Nice thick molded component. Now, I would have liked metal, but man, really nice thick molded components. Oh, there's like a, not a tongue and groove, but there's a spot here for that to basically pivot on. Pivot. Okay, now that we have that, we can put the wheels on. Good smooth motion on there, so I like that. Those go in even easier than I thought. It's, you know, I was expecting like a snap, but it just slides in. Sure, I've jinxed myself now. There we go. I don't know that I've seen a gaming chair where the parts of the center brace are separate like that and have to be attached. So that's interesting to see. And this is like my fifth or sixth gaming chair that I've put together now. Should probably create a plate with all of them so you guys and gals out there can compare and contrast. It's going to seem dumb. I love the fact that it's actually labeled front here, so you can actually tell which way you're looking at, because you'll get this thing turned this way, that way, the other way, and it's just one of those that it's nice to kind of have that, as things, they're going to get turned and twisted around just with its location. We're going to speed through the rest of the disassembly and reassembly here. So I actually ended up using the Allen wrench tools that came in the packaging with the chair. I wanted to use what it came with just to kind of see how quality they were, especially for the cost of the chair itself. Now, one of the things you have to do is actually uninstall all the bolts and screws from the underside of the chair before you can get the assembly going. I would have preferred if they would have just been separately bagged and you thread them in after the fact. Took about 5-10 minutes to get each of them done. Make sure that you make note of the fact that the screws and bolts in here are different lengths. Now that all the bolts are removed, we can go ahead and install the side armrests. And one of the things I do love about this is they are labeled L and R. Thank you very much for people like me who don't always have the ability to tell the difference from left to right. There are 4 bolts that you'll use to go ahead and install these. And as you're tightening them, you'll want to use a star pattern just to make sure that they are nice and square and everything as you tighten them down. Switch around to the other side, get those in.
Now we actually install the armrest itself, and for that it has a plastic piece that goes over both the armrest bottom and the bar that attaches to the bottom of the chair, so you can go ahead and get everything installed. All right, now that the armrests are in place, it's time to put the rocking mechanism on. Again, just a few bolts to get that tightened down. Star pattern, everything will be good there. Then you do also have the guides for the footrest to install. I kind of wish, like in the world of 3D printers, that companies would go with linear rods instead of posts like this, but that would probably raise the price. Now that we have that all together, we can put it onto the base, and there it is. It's looking like a chair. Once you have the base together on the wheels and everything, we're ready to go ahead and get the back onto the base as well. Just like the base, we're going to have to remove some bolts so we can go ahead and install everything on the base. This takes 15-20 minutes to get everything on here. Super easy to get installed. Now, having an extra set of hands here would probably be a little bit more convenient, but this goes together fairly easily. Now, final step is we will have to go ahead and put the plastic caps over the kind of joints and everything where the back attaches to the base. Some of the final touches here is adding the headrest pillow. Man, I gotta say, this thing is super soft, super comfortable feeling. I am looking forward to how this feels when I'm resting against it. It's one of those where it's perhaps the nicest one I've ever seen in a gaming chair before.
Yeah, looking at that logo, to me, this screams Smokey and the Bandit with the T-Bird. Absolutely love the look of that. Let us see our first opinion of sitting in it. Let me reach around. Where is the lever? There it is. There we go, much better. So these do raise and lower, which is nice. And then they turn in or out. Can you slide them fore or aft? Does not look like you can. Or if you can, I'm not smart enough to do it. Nope, here's up and down. Let's check the footrest out. I put it together right. This is always the dangerous one for me. Oh, ooh. My back just cracked. That's a good thing. Needed to do that. Whoa, I don't want to fall on my butt, and you guys and gals out there don't need to see my fat sticking out from my under my shirt. That's comfortable. I like that a lot. We need to plug this in to something here so I can check and see about the fan and the heater. Now, it's not, the fan and the heater aren't in the back, it's just in the seat. Kind of a bummer. Having both would be awesome. You know, you officially become old when you get a car with seat warmers that you use because you're pulled muscles in your body. You know, I would almost rather have the buttons for the controls instead of on the seat, on the side of the seat. Speaking of the seat's really comfortable. I am liking this. Let's adjust the lower lumbar too. There's that knob. Do wish the knob was placed a little bit differently, I think. So now, lumbar support wise, it's like it's right about here on my back. That's all the way up. So now it's free. As I sit in here, I can lock it into place. I get up, it's still there. If I pop it and I sit in here and I can angle against it and I can have it come out against my back. So if I'm sitting and typing or editing or things like that, I can sit here and now lock it into place. If I lean back a little bit, I've got that support on my lower back, which you can see right here. Really, really neat. I like that quite a bit. I just grabbed a little portable battery for right now. I do kind of wish that there was a way that the USB cable would be tethered down or even just longer, or give me a female port so I can use whatever length cable that I need, because this is going to be kind of short. So, but we are going to just plug that in there. And again, we do have two buttons. Here's the fan, and you can hear it. It's loud. That's nice. I like that. So that's maximum, middle, lowest, off. And then heater doesn't make any noise, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn it on, and I'll give you some feedback here as we wrap things up. So what do I think of the Autofull gaming chair? It's luxury. It really is. I like it really a lot. A couple minor nitpicks. I do wish that I could adjust the angle of this part here. Ooh, there's the heat. That feels good. I like that. It's really comfortable. The lumbar support is a huge thing that I can't describe to you any better than I did. It's one of those things that you really kind of need to sit in it to feel the difference. I like it a lot. I really, really do. I don't feel like I'm going to tip over when I recline it. I also don't feel like I have to be sitting all the way up. Like you can kind of see the angle that I have the back at right now. And this is, I like it quite a bit. The pillow, this is really, I like the material that they used here. It's not too firm. It's not too soft. For me, it's, you know, gonna sound, what's her name with the Goldilocks. It's just right. Generally speaking, I will say I'm not a fan of PU leather or PL leather, whatever, the fake leather sort of chairs. This with the breathable material and whatnot that it has, along with the fan, I don't think I'm going to have the issue on it. This is probably my favorite gaming chair that I have ever sat in. Now, it's not cheap, but it's also not inexpensive either, so there is that. Now, if you do want to check one of these out, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can go ahead and do so. It is an affiliate link, so if you do order through that, it does give us, you know, a couple pennies here and there, but it just does help support the channel. Yeah, this is, I liked my old gaming chair. I love this one. So the old one is probably going to be going to my new job, which for those of you who have been following our journey, yes, I do now have a new job. Thank you to those of you who have supported us throughout our kind of rough journey that we've had. We are working again, so that's a good thing. But this is, yeah, I am very, very happy with this. Now, if you do want to check out some of the other videos that we've shown with some of the other gaming chairs that we've reviewed over the years, I'll have those linked for you right up there. Go ahead and check them out. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a little nap. Oh, this is good.